I was blown away by how fast this manifestation technique worked, and it's not anything new. So let's get into it. Hello, everybody. I'm Jean Shelby, and I like to talk about manifestation and give you some tips with that, show you some of my real life examples. I like to talk about creating our dream life, going after our dreams, having fun in the process, and believing that our dream life is there. This manifestation technique is nothing new. I'm not quite sure what the title is going to be, but you might even know what I'm talking about here. And what I did was something so simple. And I was thinking, I'm going to do this every single week now, because I did this technique on Monday and it was almost instant. Tuesday, I saw results, and then Thursday, I saw more results. So you better believe that I'm going to do this too. So I hope you grab your pen and paper. I have my Auraline planner. This is what I did my technique in. And there's a spot to do this every Monday. So today's Tuesday. I went ahead and did this yesterday also, and I'm already seeing results again. So this is super exciting to me. I've been having some issues going on. I'm creating a product. I haven't really told you about it yet, but I've been having some issues finding a company to produce my product. And for months, I've been wondering, is it this one? Do I pick this one, which will give me the good quality, a good price, and also get me my product in a month, not 3 or 4 months. So all of that has been going on in my head, trying to pick a company and trying to work on the product. Oh, by the way, I got my hair cut yesterday. What do you think? I love it. I have not had hair like this short in years. It's been years and years. What I did was I took my planner and I went to whatever page, and I thought, I'm gonna write down 3 things, because these 3 things are weighing heavy on my mind, and I'm going to pray over them. I'm going to kind of lay it down out there. I prayed to God. You can pray to whatever feels most right and most comfortable for you. But I prayed to God and I laid it out there, and I said, I am just putting this down and putting it in your hands. So I'm not going to worry about it anymore. And I wrote 3 things. One was about a relationship that has kind of been in a struggle right now in my life. And I kind of, in my mind, thought this would be a nice to have. These other 2, I really want to happen this week. But this other one kind of has been a little bit rocky for a few weeks. So we'll see if that even budges at all. The second thing that I wrote down was I had a meeting for my product with a designer the next day on Tuesday. And I was so worried that she would be like, oh, you need to start over. This is not very good. So that was my second one. I wanted my designer meeting to be really good. The third one I've kind of talked about. I wanted to nail down a company to make my product, because this is holding me up. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to be done with my product here, my design, in a couple of weeks. And who am I sending it to get a sample? So I wrote down those 3 things, and I wrote them in my book. I put my right hand on them, and I put my left hand on my chest, on my heart, and I closed my eyes and I said a prayer. I said something like, God, I'm giving this to you. These are some of my worries right now, and they've been stressing me out, and I need help resolving them. And if you can help me resolve these this week, I would really be grateful. Something like that. Something simple, just took a minute or 2 and left it at that. I closed my book, went about my day, right? This was Monday. And Tuesday, my designer meeting went wonderfully. I could not have asked for a better meeting. She gave me some tips. She loved my product, loved it. And that was such a boost for me, because I've been kind of designing this, and I know I haven't told you about it yet. I will really soon. But I've been designing it, and I was like, is this good even? Like, does it look like what it should? And she absolutely loved it. That was so, so helpful for me. Then the third thing that I wrote down, nailing down a company, I got an email back. The price was right. I received a sample in the mail that they can say, hey, this is what I can make. The quality was wonderful. And I decided to go with that company. And that was the next day. I felt like that was kind of instant results. And I realized this. I was like, these are the things that I wrote down on my list. And I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I was so grateful that these two things had kind of manifested for me, just kind of like that. And it was awesome. It felt so, so nice. Now, the first thing that I wrote down with this relationship, I don't know about you, but like when something's wrong, you focus on it so much more. And for me, when I do that, it gets worse. It gets bigger. It seems way out of control for me. And it just kind of gets sometimes built up out of proportion. And then you're focusing on it more because, oh, now it's this huge thing. So that's kind of what had happened with this kind of rocky part with this relationship. And I was like, I don't know how to get out of it. I don't know how to snap kind of my mind out of it. And something happened on Thursday. I want to be really vague here to like respect the privacy of people in my life, but something happened that literally snapped me out of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, what I'm focusing on is not important. And I need to soften up a little bit. And that's exactly what happened. And I spent some time with this person the next day and the day after. And we talked about things and they're going great now. And I can text them and it's just, the water is clear now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that was the third thing. That was the three things on my list that happened because I asked for help. And I think that some of it, I think that we hold on to these things so tightly in our lives and we're like, no, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And instead of easing up a little bit, maybe letting go a little bit and trusting that things can work out, we can keep taking our steps and doing the best that we can. And then whatever we believe in can kind of meet us there and take us the rest of that way. And that's kind of how I look at it, if that makes sense. And if you don't believe in those sorts of things, it's totally fine. You can write down your worries and let them go a little bit, let go of a little bit of control and see what happens. I'm curious if you've done this. Of course, we've all prayed before. I'm sure that that's not new for you, but this kind of method was fun for me. It was easy. I wrote down 3 things. I thought, okay, I'm going to put this out there and say, yes, I need some help with these things. And they just happened so fast. So I did this yesterday. Also, this was last week and yesterday was Monday. I did this again and I'm already seeing a little bit of results. So we'll see if that happens. I'm going to continue to be vague about the product I'm making, but I promise I will share it with you really soon here. And that's it for now. I will talk to you next time. Bye.